Someone pointed out it's been a minute since I've had a good feet up rant, so let's do that now. But also, Teddy, can you say hi? Say hi. He's not interested. So, it's been a while since I made a last video. I have since moved to Australia. I thought everything was going okay, but it's not quite as good as it could be. Right before I left, I got a notice about my trademark because we all know that I'm Shrimptank. I have been Shrimptank since 2008. I registered it as a company in 2008. The Twitter has been active since about then, and Shrimptank Productions was making actual videos from 2008, 2009, 2010. And I've always had the TM on there just to make sure, and I never bothered to make the copyright because I figured as long as it was TM, and who the fuck else is going to use Shrimptank? Because let's face it, it's kind of a weird name. Now, I started Shrimptank, and people always ask me, what the fuck does it mean? And basically, when I was little, I was really small. I had a growth deformity, and everyone called me Shrimpy. It was kind of an insult, but I claimed it as my own, and I'm like, fuck it, like, I am Shrimpy. And Tank because I was an actress, and I grew up in that fishbowl of television. And I pretty much thought that no one else would ever want to use that name, so it seemed pretty good to me. And then in, I think it was 2012, Shark Tank came out, which is fine. That was a cool show. Shark Tank, like it's about a bunch of people circling, it's all about small companies. It's a cool concept. And I was like, it's different, but it's the same, but it's completely different. No biggie, right? And by the time that Shark Tank came out, I was deep embedded in my court case. Well, not the court case yet. I had gone public with the abuse that I had suffered on Hey Dad. And it actually took 4 years. It was from 2010 to 2014 before we went to court, which was a very big chunk of my life that was sucked into a deep, dark hole. And all kinds of shit happened in those years that happened in real life and that happened probably in my imagination. But at the same time, Shark Tank came out, and I, at this point, was not focusing on Shrimptank because I had more important things to do, like, save all the kids in the world and my own sanity. And the Shrimptank website was still up. It focused on the production side, and then also I had an SEO, search engine optimization company, and I used to write blogs, and I used to do like social media for people, and one of the taglines was about Shrimptank helped you get noticed, which people latched onto during the court case, before the court case, and said that I was making up the whole thing just because I was trying to get publicity, and that my whole thing was about getting publicity, and all kinds of bullshit, and it was just a lot of drama, so I just kind of let it go because I didn't want people to say that the only reason I was going public about sexual assault was because I was trying to produce a scuba show. Because that's fucking stupid, because nobody does that, because nobody has ever gone public with sexual assault and had good things happen because of it. No woman or man ever wins in life from going public about sexual assault. So that was a stupid thing for people to say. And there is a bunch of forums where people discuss my company back then and all of the shit that I was doing, which, while it seemed awful at the time, may help me now. In 2014, 2015, 3 white dudes from the Midwest decided that they wanted to do something that was based off of Shark Tank to help the little guys. And I'm like, I don't really understand, because I thought that was the whole premise of Shark Tank. But they also needed a name to go with it, so they went with Shrimptank. And then they also must have found my website because they legit copied and pasted entire sections of my website. And I knew about it at the time, but my life was just a little too dramatic with going to court and doing all that other stuff. And then I was trying to write a book. And it was like, do I want to fight with these 3 dudes from like Atlanta? Or do I just want to like focus on my own shit for a while because I've already been through enough? And I decided I would just continue doing my own thing and I would ignore that. It was kind of hard to ignore though when I was getting emails asking if I would sell my website and all of my socials, because everything is in Shrimptank. But then right before I left the US for Australia, I got, and it was a scam email from some like lawyer who is a trademark lawyer, and they're just trying to scare people, but they were like, somebody's trying to take your name. And I was like, well, fuck, that's bad, but I'm not going to use you because you're not supposed to be sending emails. So my husband, his friend had a lawyer who deals with trademark stuff, so we got her involved. Many thousands of dollars later, it turns out that they have already trademarked my name. So that sucks. And so it's going to cost many, like my entire year's salary in order to fight the trademark, even though we can prove that I've been using it since 2008 and they've only been using it since like 2015. And so I was like, do I let these people win, or do I just say, fuck it, I'm going to keep using my name? Because if they ever try and come at me for using my own name, which literally is synonymous with my name, because every time I do anything, it doesn't just say Sarah Monahan, it says Shrimptank. Like, it's my name. And so I've decided I'm not going to spend the extra, fucking $50,000 to fight this shit, because it's mine. And so I'm just going to keep using it, and I am going to make my own stuff, and they can fuck themselves. Now, the other half of the drama is the job that I took in Australia, which was supposed to help me be a co-production with Shrimptank Productions, because we were going to make my TV show where I interview other former child actors or other famous kids, anyone who kind of grew up in the spotlight. Isn't happening because I'm not even going to get into the drama there, but it's just not happening. And some other shit happened, and I'm very unimpressed, so I have quit. I'm still here for a week because I had to be a fucking adult and give actual notice. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to keep using the studio while I can. I've got a few more days. There's that. So I am still going to have Shrimptank Productions. I am still going to make my own thing. And now that I'm back in Australia, I am motivated to actually do it, whether I have help of this other production company or not. So I need your help. This is very important. This is where I beg you, please. I'm already having a bad month. I really am reaching out, asking the universe to throw me a bone and help me out. I want you to tell me who your favorite child actor, like not current, I mean, they can be current, but like, former child actor, former child singer, like gymnast, any kind of person who was a celebrity when they were a kid. Maybe it's the Obama kids. Although I think right now I need to stick with Australia. So whoever your favorite Australian child celebrities were, whether that is Kate Ritchie or Isla Fisher or like the kid from Skippy, who is your favorite child person that you would like to see me interview? And what do you want to know? Like, what questions do you have for these people? I know some of you are just going to want to see their feet, and that's not where we're going in this series. Sorry. I mean, I know all the questions that I want to ask. Like, I like comparing our childhoods, and like all of us had very different experiences, because like we all know that I was sexually abused on set, but then I have friends who had nothing but amazing experiences and like had the fucking ideal celebrity childhood that we all dream of and wish, and what we actually think child actors to be, before we heard about all the Disney and Nickelodeon stuff. And maybe you don't even have questions about what it was like to be on set. Maybe you're wondering, like, what did they transition to? What are they doing now? What are their favorite foods? Random questions that sometimes we just want to know about somebody. Help a girl out. Like, tell me what you want to see, who you want to see, and then, more importantly, tag them. Send them a video. Maybe not the first part about like the shitty week, but just like tell them that you want to see them be on Shrimptank. Tell them that you want to see them be interviewed by Shrimptank about what it was like growing up famous And I know I'm asking a lot because I'm asking you to do three things. I want to know who you want to see, what you want to ask, and then to go ahead and ask that person to be part of my thing. Teddy and I thank you in advance for all of your help. We really look forward to doing more actual on-camera stuff. Teddy, say bye, Teddy. He really is not impressed with being on camera. I love you.